So today I'm on here to discuss something very important for a lot of our teenage daughters to learn, which is the importance of privacy. So this is going based off of um, some content that let me see, did I actually see it? No, I actually didn't. I didn't actually click on it. I just looked at the title of the video itself, but I didn't actually click on it. But I can still pull the lessons of the from the situation itself. One second, y'all, because I'm just reading little notes that I wrote. From time to time, y'all see me look away from the camera. That just means that I'm reviewing some notes that I wrote down, because I like to write things down because it helps me to better plan on how to actually go into the topic of discussion in a way that I can increase the chances of my audience that is viewing my content would actually interpret everything that I'm saying the way that it's supposed to be received, so that it can be put to use in a helpful way. So y'all just give me 1 second. Okay, yeah. So I didn't actually click on the short video itself. And the reason that is because I try to avoid content that is filled with, language that's not pleasant to the ears. I'll put it like that, because I've turned a new leaf, y'all. And in all honesty, it could be a lot of lessons within the video, but due to the fact that when some people share their personal experiences online and they use profanity, it just makes it hard for me to actually just sit and listen, especially when it's packed with profanity. It's just as hard for me to listen to it. So I'm very cautious, y'all. When I see other content that could be a teachable moment, I'm very cautious on what I click on. But with that being said, just going based off of the title of this short video on this platform about a woman sharing her testimony of making some poor decisions with a few men after she became divorced from her ex-husband, I still was able to make it a valuable lesson or teachable moment for a lot of teenage girls who are slowly growing up into young women to value privacy. And I am in no way saying that the lady's experience cannot be used for good or be used in a positive way, because we can definitely learn from other people's examples of what will not gain us positive results, if that makes sense. However, it's just a way, it's a way to share personal testimonies of making some poor decisions in the past that matters. An adult can share a personal testimony to anybody about anything that they've gotten wrong in the past without having to express every single detail. And the reason why I say that is because it's some details to the personal experience that this person has had that does not only involve them, but it also involves whomever else that was a part of that person's personal experience. And so in a situation like that, when certain details are too sensitive to share, then it's okay to just scratch the surface. But the thing is, it's just all about, okay, well, what is this person's motives for sharing their personal experience of a poor decision or poor decisions that they made in their past? Where in their heart, what space in their heart are they speaking from? Because that'll determine whether what this person is sharing from their personal experience is going to either have a positive effect on others, as far as people being able to learn from this person so that they can know what to avoid and be able to improve the quality of their life or their course in life, or if sharing too much of details about your personal experience of making a poor decision having a negative effect on that person, if that person is speaking from a space in their heart of looking for validation from others that they don't know, or they're speaking from a place of pain, or they're speaking from a place of feeling lost. So we have to be very careful when we are sharing personal experiences on here, because she let me see. Oh no, I did click on it a little bit. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to be dishonest for a second. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry about that. It was not on purpose. Cause I had to think, because it was so much of content that day that I was scrolling past, that I could have used for a teachable moment. So y'all forgive me. I did click on it, but I hurried up and clicked off of it because, again, whenever somebody is using profanity, especially when it's packed with profanity, I can't. My spirit won't allow me to just sit and listen to that. So I did click on it just for a little bit and then hurried up and clicked off the short video because of how she was using profanity. So, and I was like, ooh, my spirit was just like, ooh. But anyways, so because of, but by me listening to the short video just a little bit, it basically showed me that the lady was speaking from a place of pain and a place of feeling lost and a place of looking for validation from people that she doesn't know on the internet. And so it's very important to keep certain details that's too sensitive private, and to discuss those things with maybe a counselor or a therapist, or better yet, discuss those things with God personally through prayer. Because believe it or not, prayer, it is very much helpful, especially when we are experiencing periods in our life where we're feeling lost, where we're feeling empty, we're feeling depressed, and just feeling like we're at our lowest point in life, or we're feeling regretful about some of the poor decisions that we've made in our past. But to to share sensitive information on the internet, it opens a can of worms where it, just it invites unwanted attention from people that she doesn't know to comment things that actually could be hurtful on her end. And so this is a valuable lesson for a lot of our teenage girls to keep information that is too sensitive private. Set perimeters around those things. And if our teenage girls just need someone to talk to, or somebody to confide in about anything that they may have gotten wrong and that they're feeling much regret or shame for, definitely find somebody that you can trust to confide in, but in a private setting, whether it's a family member, a friend, a therapist, or like I said, prayer to God. But I don't ever think that it's a good idea to share sensitive information on the internet. I don't ever think that's a good idea. And like I said before, I'm not saying that, there's no benefit to the general public when sharing our personal testimonies about some of the things that we may have gotten wrong in our past. But it's just a way that we deliver our or share our personal testimonies, including some poor decisions that we made in the past. We don't have to share every single detail just to show the general public that we are being authentic. We can be mindful of how it's certain details that are just too sensitive to share and should be left out, and still can make our personal testimonies a teachable moment for the general public without having to dive too deep into every single detail. It's just some things that should be kept private. And so it's so very important that a lot of teenage girls understand that, because in all honesty, our heart is definitely the foundation for what we say, for what we share, verbally share with the general public, which is why it's so very important for our teenage daughters to learn to become self-aware and to think before they decide to share personal information with a lot of people on the internet that they do not know. Our teenage daughters must first learn how to check their heart space before they speak. Are they going to be speaking from a place of peace and to help others with a positive message that could come from some of their past mistakes? Or would they be speaking from a place of pain that they haven't healed from yet, and that they are holding against themselves as a penalty or to punish themselves? It's never good for us to speak from a place like that, where we're constantly punishing ourselves for some poor decisions that we've made. We have to be careful with that. But with that being said, I hope that I shared some health information today. And I hope I didn't confuse anybody on here. I just try to be mindful of what I say and how I deliver my message, because it does matter to me how I present my content on here, because I am a follower of Christ. And I do believe in making sure that what I say and how I deliver my messages on here, that it honors and respects God to the highest esteem. So, but with that being said, hopefully I share some helpful information today for a lot of our teenage daughters out here. It is always love, and y'all stay safe out there. Y'all be blessed, and y'all stay tuned for more.